and I am here today on my 77-day video challenge. I am on day 20. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are not following me, then I ask you to please hit that follow button, share this out because we are going to talk about some pretty important things today that are going on in real estate. Um, First, if you're not on HAPS, make sure that you download the app and then you subscribe to me and create your account under my name so you can get some free work. Hi, Katrina. Get some free coins under my name. Not a problem. I got coins for you, coins for you, coins for you. And then support my work here on HAPS and also on Facebook. So I'm also live on Facebook right now, and also YouTube. So if you're not subscribing to my channel, please do so. And if you feel so behooved, buy me a coffee. That sounds good to me, or sponsor my broadcasts. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you. So, guys, it is 5:30 here in Los Angeles, California. I have been running all day. Real estate is beyond on fire. It's a wildfire. It's a craziness going on in real estate right now where there's not enough inventory in order for buyers to choose. So you have multiple offers on each property. And I'm going to tell you both sides of the coin because I am on both sides of the coin. So right now I have 3 listings, and one of them has a deadline of today for all offers to be submitted. I've made it very clear for everybody to submit their offers by 6 p.m. today. And then this evening, I'm going to take a nice cup of coffee, nice cup of tea, sit down and go through each and every one of them. Guys, I have 20 offers, and I still have 30 minutes for people to put in more offers. I have 20 offers. Thank you. Thank you for buying me a coffee. Thank you, Katrina. Appreciate you. I'm going to need that coffee because it's going to take me a while to sit down and go through each of these offers in order to advise my seller to the best of their ability. Within these offers, many are asking, they're offering over asking. My property is priced at $390,000. It is in Pomona, California. I'm getting offers anywhere from 400 all the way so far to like 435. And everyone is anxious to know who's going to get this property. And it's really interesting because I'm used to being on the other side as well. So I try to make it as easy as possible for everyone. I give them strict instructions on what to do. And it's amazing how many agents do not bother to even read the instructions about it. So far, Shirley, I have one cash offer and it's ridiculous. He wants to offer 340. Whatever. We're not doing that. I sure do, Katrina. So I really appreciate that. You really don't even know, girl. Yeah, it's gonna be a late night. I don't know about the other ones yet because I haven't opened all of them. I've opened about 5 so far, so I can start putting them on my spreadsheet to advise my client. Here are some of the things that you are going to see in this market. Many buyers are removing appraisal contingency. What does that mean, Lala? It means that if they put an offer in of $430,000 and my listing was priced at $390,000 because I did my homework, then they are not going to come back and say, well, the property was only worth $425. We're only going to pay $425. No, you agreed to remove the appraisal contingency, so you will be paying $430,000. And that means they will be bringing that extra money to the table. But buyers are so desperate that they are doing that. And also, this property is priced at such a low price point because it's a manufactured home and it's outside of LA. It's LA County, but it's still outside of LA. It's Pomona, California. Then everybody wants it because they can afford it. First time home buyers can afford it. And so I'm doing my very best to put these order in the best No, they're actually buying. So Katrina asked me, is the owner leaving California? No, they actually need to buy a much larger home than one that they have now. This one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. They have kids, so where they're looking at a 4 to a 5-bedroom new build. They're looking at new builds. They are actually staying here in California. So I'm dealing with that, and buyers are really desperate. So they're willing to do a lot of things to get this house. Now I'm going to flip and put my buyer's agent hat on for you. And I want you to understand something as a buyer's agent. I would never let you put in an offer that I felt like would put you in a hole. I advise against offering over and removing appraisal contingencies. That's not a very competitive offer, Lala. No, it's not. But I'm also protecting you. If you are not willing or you don't have the money, I'm not going to tap you out and make you house poor. Because truth of the matter is, you do not want to be going into a home that is valued less than what you offered. You have negative equity for the time being. Now, here's where it can make sense. Thank you, Shirley. I really try to be. I really do. I try to be the best agent that I can possibly do. Now, here's where I do tell people that I can kind of get with them a little bit on what they're doing if they want to buy in a certain area. If you're planning on living in that house for at least 5 to 7 years, then you may be able to pay maybe 10 over, maybe 15 over, but I'm not advising 20, 30, 40, in some cases 100,000 over. Who does that? That's not smart business. That's not smart money 101. Now, there are times where that it could be, but for the time being right now, I don't say you should do that. I don't advise that you do that. And another thing, guys, the market is going to have to self-adjust and self-correct itself, right? But when people have an agent like you, I keep them for life. Yes, I hope so. Yay, yay, yay. Yay, yay, yay. That's what I like. I get a lot of repeat business and a lot of referrals from my clients. The market is going to have to adjust itself at some point. Will it be a massive crash like we had in 2006 to 2008? I'm not sure. I think we are going to have a crash. And the reason that I think we are going to have a crash, personal opinion, is these moratoriums that are going on right now are not serving the public. So what do I mean by that? Let's break it down, Lala. Break it down. Let's break it down. When you allow renters to stay in a home rent free, and that landlord owes a mortgage, and they can't pay their mortgage because you're not paying your rent, now you have a twofold problem. You cannot evict the tenant, but you also can't pay your mortgage. And so now you have to work with the bank. And if you don't have the funds to pay it, you are now getting behind and you will be in danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger of losing your home. They are about to lift all of these moratoriums. It is getting ready to be a nightmare. Now, a federal judge from Washington stepped in and said that she overrides the rule of the moratorium. She says it's not fair for the government to do that and to put these landlords in such a precarious situation. So she overrode that, and that was in Washington. But each state has their own plan and their own decision on what they're going to do. So now I'm going to talk about California specifically. California could, as easily as June 15th or 30th, remove the moratorium. Will they? I don't know. It just depends. People have turned this into a political game instead of what it really and truly is, just like they turned the pandemic into a political game. When a pandemic is just a pandemic, you can't avoid a pandemic. Duh. But now people are blaming the Democrats and people are blaming the Republicans and people are blaming everybody else, and everybody is pointing at everyone else instead of doing the right thing, fixing it. And fixing it is not putting a band-aid on something that is already broken. I'm really going to be watching this market really close because I think, guys, it's going to be a buyer's market really soon. And it all depends on what's being done in Washington and what each state decides they want to do. Now, I will tell you that San Diego right now has one of the hardest eviction rules that they have just set aside than any that we have seen. They are saying that sellers still can't evict. We have such a horrible housing problem here that they're saying they can't do it. So they may override anything that is being done if it was lifted. They may override that. Each city may have their own moratorium. Watch. San Diego did it. LA's next. LA's next. So how is this going to fix anything? That's what I want to know. And I'm not claiming to have an answer on that. But I am telling you something is coming and something is going to shift and something is going to change and something is going to have to happen fast because people are in trouble. People are hurting. People are not being able to keep up with their rents and their mortgages. So you cannot expect this housing market to bounce back so fast when we already have a problem. This is what's so interesting to me, that we have so many people still buying and putting in over, asking 30, 40, 50, 100,000 over. Not smart. I guess I'm the weird agent, because most people are like, well, that's more money for you. Yeah, it may be more money for me, but overall, I'm concerned about our country. I'm really concerned about the homeowners. I'm concerned about the renters. And let me tell you something else that people are not telling you. Unless you dig for this information, people are not telling you that people are making a massive exodus out of California. California's numbers of people moving out is one of the highest in 100 years. People are moving and going away from here. They can't afford it. Every beginning of the month, there is a huge mass exodus of people leaving. And on top of that, I know for a fact that U-Haul and those places, that Penske and all those places that hire the rental trucks, they are no longer allowing people to rent one way. We're not getting the trucks back. People are moving out of California and they're taking the trucks with them. So many of the U-Hauls and many of the Penskes and the Lowe's and all those places that rent these trucks are not allowing you to take them out of state, only in state only. What does that tell you?